Sure, sure. Hey guys, thank you for having me today. I'm super excited to be here. I hope that everyone out there is doing well. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. That's okay. So, all right. Can everybody see that? Awesome. Okay. So I am going to, just so you guys know, I'm going to share this presentation with Ms. True so that she can share it with you guys. So don't feel like you need to write down everything that are on the slides. Also, I am going to give you two quick start guides that are over the tools that I'm sharing. So please don't, like I said, please don't feel like you have to write down and take notes over everything I'm saying. So just a little bit about me. Just like y'all, I'm working from home, right? Getting used to this new normal. Um, I certainly do enjoy not having a commute, but I certainly wish we were back where we should be with our students. So I want to let you know that you can get digital learning team support every day. We have live office hours from 8 to 9 a.m. and 2 to 3 p.m. every day. And that link right there is the bit.ly/DLT live office hours. Again, I'll put this up at the end as well. We are there live every day, so we can help you out. Like if you have any questions about the tools that we talk about today, we're here to help. If it's not during those office hours, we have a Flipgrid, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. You can actually drop us a message, it's private, and then we can respond to you. So also, of course, you can email us as well. So, all right, that's it. So our goals for today, just like your principal said, is we're going to talk about making a screencast. In other words, modeling, right? What expectations you have for the students. And also we're going to talk about, and that we're going to use Screencastify for that. And then we're going to talk about interaction with students in a safe way using Flipgrid. And then we are going to have a Q&A. So with me sharing my screen, I can't really see if you guys have any questions. So when I made this screenshot, I made it for Google Meet. So I realize doesn't look the same as Zoom, but feel free to ask a question, and then at the end we can talk about it as well. So, okay, so many teachers feel, right, that making videos is kind of a weakness. It's kind of hard to do. They're like, okay, I can play a game, a digital game, or I can make a document, but making a video is kind of this really out there, problem that they don't know how to do. Well, the two tools that I'm going to share with you today are kind of my favorite tools of the last 2 years. Screencastify is one of the most simple and useful tools that you can use. And remember, we're not going for perfection. This is not high cinema. You're not turning this into Cannes, right? Or film festival, so don't stress about that. So meet Screencastify. So Screencastify is a Chrome extension. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm going to model this in just a minute. So it lives up there in your Chrome browser. And when you're ready to use it, you click on the extension and it opens up a little window like this. And you turn on your microphone, you turn on your webcam if you want to, and you can record your desktop. So anything that's going on your Chromebook or on your laptop or your Mac, whatever you have, it'll work in the Chrome browser. So that is the key there to use a Chrome browser. Here are some of the quick features of Screencastify. You can record up to 5 minutes for free. Like I said, this isn't high cinema. We're not making a feature-length movie. If you need to record longer than 5 minutes, there are some other options for that. But really, most students are not going to, really truly pay attention much beyond 5 minutes. Honestly, adults really don't either. Another feature is that you can annotate during a recording. You can share it straight to Google Classroom. So if you're a 3rd through 5th grade teacher or you're already using Google Classroom, you can just share your recording there. You can publish it to YouTube if it's something more that you want your parents to see. All videos are archived to Google Drive. That's an awesome feature. So you will never lose the recording that you made. And then you can trim some videos and edit them down to get rid of some extra, things at the beginning or at the end and things like that. All right. So installation is super easy, and I am about to model this. It works on a PC, Mac, or Chromebook. You are going to go to the Chrome Web Store and you're going to search for Screencastify, and you're going to spell it all one word like that, Screencastify. And you're going to click Add to Chrome. Now, if you're searching for this and you don't see it, it's possible that your browser, your Chrome browser, could be out of date. If so, you might not see Screencastify. The easiest thing to do, and don't do this now and leave our meeting, but the easiest thing to do at this point is to restart your computer. It should automatically trigger Chrome to update at that point. So let's dive in to Screencastify. So I'm going to open a new tab here, and I'm going to go to Chrome Web Store, and I'm just Googling it, and it's the very first hit that comes up on your search results. When you're there, you want to click on extensions, and then we're going to search for Screencastify. Now, I've already added it, so that's why it says rate it, okay? Otherwise, it'll say add to Chrome for you. So you want to add that to Chrome, and I know you may not be doing this with me right now just because you're watching, and that's fine. But again, I am going to provide you with a quick start guide on how to do this. But after you add to Chrome, you're going to see it. It's going to live up here. It's this little icon, Screencastify, in your Chrome omnibar there. All right, so let me show you how it works. I created just a little pretend student example here. This is not a real student example, it's mine. So we have Kirby here, and Kirby did an author study on Louis Sachar. So let's say you want to provide some feedback to Kirby on his writing. So I'm seeing here some minor spelling errors. I want to maybe talk to him about his grammar, okay? So I want to create some feedback. So I'm going to click right here on the Screencastify extension, and it's going to open up eventually. Sorry, my internet's kind of dragging. Here we go. Okay, so the choices that you have, you can record one browser tab, meaning you would only record this tab that has his essay on it. That is risky. If you think in the middle of the recording you might want to jump to another website, it won't do it. It'll only record that one tab. A desktop would record everything. So if you needed to navigate to some other tools or other websites, it would record that. And then lastly, you can just record your webcam only and just create maybe like a quick greeting, hi kids, how's it going, or to the parents. Your microphone, typically you're going to do your built-in microphone there, and then embedding a webcam. I'll show you what that means. But what it would do is it would put a video of you talking in the corner of the screen. So it'll personalize that video for your students. So I like to give myself a countdown. 3 seconds is usually good for me. You can give yourself 5 or 10 seconds of a countdown if you want to before the video actually starts recording. And then finally, the drawing tools. I like to toggle that on, and I'll show you what it does. So I'm ready to give some feedback to Kirby on his essay. So I'm going to click record, and you'll see here is that webcam that drops down to the corner of the screen, so it's going to see me. So at this point, it tells me that I'm recording my screen, so I can hide this. Okay, Kirby, it's recording, there we go. All right, Kirby, this looks really great. I love how much that you are into Louis Sachar. You obviously know his stories and understand what he's trying to say. I would just like for you to take a look at a couple words here, okay? And then I would also like, and this one down here too, and let's correct that. Also, I want you to look at this sentence here for grammar, okay? So remember what we talked about when we're making quotations. Okay, so I'm finished at this point with this feedback. So I'm gonna stop my recording. And I just click back on the extension and I stop it. So immediately a new tab opens up and takes me to the editor. Okay, so this is the video. If you want to hear yourself, you have to click to unmute. I'm not going to do that right now. It immediately starts playing your video to see what it looks like, and you can watch it. If you want to trim off the beginning, you would click on the scissors here and drag to where you want it to trim, okay, and then click Save Trim. Same with the ending if you want to trim off there. I'm just going to say that this is good, okay, because that's really all the editing that you really need to do. I'm going to click, gonna pause that there. All right. You definitely want to give it a title for yourself later on. So I might call it Kirby Lewis Sacker, okay, so that I remember what it's called. All right, so over here, here are your sharing options. You can copy the shareable link, which I'm going to do in just a second, or you can straight share it to Classroom. So now this one is sent just to one student. So sharing it to Classroom might not exactly be what I want to do because I don't necessarily want every kid to see it. But you could pick your class that you teach and send it there. You can publish it straight to YouTube by clicking there or getting the embed code. You can even download it, y'all, so that they give you a lot of options here. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for this since it's going to Kirby. I'm going to click Copy Shareable Link, and it tells me that it's copied. So I'm going to hop back over here to the essay, and I'm going to select the title of it, and I'm just going to click on the hyperlink button and paste that link there so that he knows, hey, I just need to click there and go watch my teacher's feedback about my writing. So that is, in a nutshell, that is Screencastify. So it does save everything to Google Drive. So I want to show you what that looks like. And again, I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. I am going to provide you with plenty of resources here for you guys. So in Google Drive, Screencastify automatically creates a folder for you. If you've ever used it before, it's already there. But it's just called Screencastify Recordings. Right here, Screencastify. Oops. And I'm having some lag here. Sorry, in my internet there. But it's called Screencastify, and all your recordings go inside of that folder. So you can see I've made quite a few there. All right, y'all, so that is Screencastify in a nutshell. So I'm going to close out my author study here, and I'm going to hop in and we're going to talk about the next tool. So basically Screencastify, just to kind of wrap it up, is that you can create and share a screen recording with your students, okay? So the next tool I want to talk about is some interactivity. Y'all, Flipgrid is legitimately my favorite tool to come out of EdTech in the last couple of years. It allows you to not only share a video with your students, but see them and receive a video back from them too. So some of these check-ins that you're doing with your kids, Flipgrid would be amazing to kind of, how are you guys doing, share what's going on in your life, and then even go deeper there. It is completely 100% free, and it's also completely 100% safe, and it is COPPA compliant. COPPA is the Children's Online Privacy and Protection Act that all tools should comply with, and this one does. So meaning they're not harvesting and selling their data, okay? That's private, and it's free to use this as well. So there, you can use it on the web. You can also use it on iOS, iPhone, iPad, or Android. So it's pretty device agnostic. You can use any device, and so can your kids. If you decide you want to start using this with your students, I linked here a parent consent form. You can create your own, but Flipgrid makes one for you. If you are interested in using that, it's even though it is obviously safe and it's fine to use, you really might want to get permission from your families since it is not included in our AUP every year. So no big deal, but bit.ly/flip consent will take you to that parent consent form. So one more time, that's bit.ly/flip consent. And it's just if you want to use that form. As you can even use it as a guide and create your own. All right, so let's talk about creating your first grid in a Flipgrid. So a grid is the home for your class in Flipgrid. You can create as many grids as you want. So I like to think of a grid as your classroom and the topic as your assignment. I'm going to show you all this in just a second. So again, you can create as many grids or classrooms as you want, and the topics are what you are asking, and you're asking the students to respond to. So there are two ways your students can access your Flipgrid. You can have them log in with their email, in other words, their Google account, or you can create a list of IDs. I would advise you, if you go this route, to make it their lunch number, a number that they already know. So it is easier for you as a teacher if they log in using their Google accounts. However, the IDs really might be easier for younger students. I'm thinking the primary kiddos, because they may not have that much experience using their Google account. Now, I realize in this time of COVID closures, they're probably getting familiar with that. But I just wanted to share that it might be easier for the IDs if the students, if you create those IDs for the students. So it's up to you. So again, a topic on a grid is what students are responding to. Okay. So again, think an assignment in a classroom. So within your topic, you can include anything that you'd like your students to review prior to responding, videos that you want them to watch. You can put a link if you want them to read something first before they respond to one of your questions. I'm going to share this link with you again, but there's some conversation starters playlists, and I'm going to show those in just a second. But they're great ways to get your kids talking. So once you have set up your grid and created your first topic, you need to share your grid flip code with your students. So however you communicate with your students now is how you're going to share that. So you can copy and paste that to your Google Classroom, Seesaw, email your parents, Remind, whatever it is you're using. So if you have younger learners, I would consider sharing the code or link with your parents via your Google Voice number, email, or text, however you communicate with them. So let's dive into Flipgrid, y'all. So this is the website. It's just flipgrid.com. And you want to click on Educator Login up here. And you are going to log in with your Google account. So you just click Google Login. Pick your account. Here we go. So you can see I have 10 grids going on. So 10 classrooms, if you will. Okay. But I'm going to walk you through how you would create a new one. So I'm going to click Add a New Grid. You want to give it a name that's kind of easy for you to remember. So I might call it Mr. Dean's ELAR grid. Okay. So here's where I was talking about how do you want your students to access this? Again, school email is very simple because they can use their Google account. But here's where you would create a list of IDs for your kids if you feel like that would be easier. So I'm going to click on school email. You can create your own code. You'll notice it says Dean. I can try to give it a different ending, like Dean ELAR. And look, it's available. If it wasn't, it would tell me it's already taken. So I'm going to click Next. So in order, this is the privacy I was talking about. In order for students to access it, you need to add the school email domain. So you'll notice that at Garland ISD is already added, but you want to add at students.garlandisd.net because that's what their domain is at students.garlandisd.net. So then it tells me, hey, my grid is ready. So we're going to go ahead and go to the grid. I'm going to talk with you about, so right now they automatically give you a topic that says say hello on Flipgrid. But I want to talk to you about some overall grid settings. So I'm going to click on the pencil here. Okay, so again, it gives you your details, okay, and how you set it up. If you forget to add in the students.garlandisd, you can here. You can choose how often you want to get notifications, because if your kids end up liking this and they leave a lot of videos, you may want to reduce the frequency with which you get notifications. You can, though, get one for every new video if you want to. Okay. You can allow students to download and share after creating their video. Okay, not everyone's video, their video. Okay. You can also turn on auto-generated captions, okay, for students who might need that extra support there. You can drop in a fun picture. So if you have a fun GIF or a funny picture that you want instead of this one, you can upload it here. Or you can select for one that's here. So I'm going to click Update Grid. Okay. So now, say hello on Flipgrid. This is where your students would respond and introduce themselves. I'm going to click on the pencil here to edit it, and I want to share with you an idea, or two ideas. Number one, the amount of time you're giving the students to respond, okay? Right now, the default is that they have 1 minute and 30 seconds to respond. You can give them as little as 15 seconds to talk, or as much as 10. Okay, we all know that if you give a kid 10 minutes, you may or may not really want to sit and listen for that long, but you can if you want to. So I'm going to leave it at 1 minute 30 right now. Okay, these are the directions here. Then I want to talk down here about video moderation. Okay, when I turn this on, I will have to approve every video that a student posts before other students see it. So that could be something that you turn on to kind of gauge and moderate if a video, hopefully they're not creating anything inappropriate, but you can kind of be a buffer there. I love this option of student-to-student replies. So they can talk to each other, not live, but they can say, hey, that was really cool. I like what you said there. And they can actually respond to students' videos. You can turn that off if you want to. Okay, I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to update the topic. Okay, again, this is the code that you would share with the students. Okay, so now I'm going to start and record a response here on Flipgrid. So you can have fun with this. You can add in and give yourself like maybe a hat to wear. So, I need to do these glasses. So I can drag them over me. Put them there. Maybe add in one more. And I like this hat. You can resize it. So you can tell the kids are going to love this. And you can have some fun with them and kind of brighten their day. And then you hit record. Hey kids, Mr. Dean here. I hope you're doing great. I miss you all. I just want to hear how you're doing, what you're thinking about, what you're doing every day. So drop me a line here, respond to this Flipgrid, and let me know how you're doing because I can't wait to catch up with you all. So I paused it, okay? I can record more if I want to. I can just click record there, or I can redo it. But I'm going to say next. They always want to, this is where I can edit and change, and I can add more video if I need to. I can click next. And then they always snap a selfie. Okay, say next. It tells you to wait while they're processing the video. And y'all, what the process that I just walked you through is exactly what the students are going to do. It's the same thing. So now my video is right there. So the students could watch that and they could learn what to do. Okay, and they can leave their own video. So that is Flipgrid. I also want to share with you another option here to do. So let me go out into my grid and I'm going to click on Shorts. Okay. When I click on Shorts, I can create short little videos that are for my students to watch. So this is going to back to screencasting. Okay. Flipgrid now, last week, they released a new feature where you can record your screen. When you go to record a video, you can click these three dots and you can record your screen now. Okay, so I'm going to click start recording. I'm going to record everything here. So I am now recording my screen. So I could come back over to a presentation. I could talk about it and let the students see what they need to see. And I can click stop recording. Say next. And they always want a selfie. So now, I know that was a really quick screencast, but now I have it here. Okay, so this is a screen recording video that I've made. This is the direct link to that screen recording. You can also download the video, or you can just share it straight to Google Classroom. So that is the second way today that I've shown you that you can record your screen, okay, using Screencastify or using Flipgrid. So I'm going to hop back over here to my presentation real quick. So again, and I can also share this presentation with you, but I just modeled screen recording in Flipgrid, but I didn't want to model this because my internet is kind of dragging right now. But right here underneath where you saw screen recording, if you already have a video clip, like say maybe on your computer or on your phone, you can just upload that already. So you don't have to record yourself. You can just upload a video that you already have as well to Flipgrid. So again, these are the steps to screen recording. You select that green plus button to open the Flipgrid camera. Your students can do this also. Select that additional settings button, the three dots. Select screen recording and start it. So again, you can choose to record your entire screen, a specific window. I need you guys to know that you have to use either the Edge or Chrome browser, okay? It's only this feature, not all of Flipgrid, but this feature on screen recording is only available using Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. So I neglected to change the name here on the slide. I'm really sorry. I presented this at Solar the other day, but I want to give you credit for attending today's session. So if you see that link right there, it says bit.ly/DLT credit. If you fill that out, we will give you credit on your transcripts and performance matters. So, and it'll be a 30-minute credit there. So just as a reminder, you can reach out to me. My email address is I'm Brian Dean in Outlook, or you can email digitallearning@garlandist.net, or you can catch us live every day from 8 to 9 and 2 to 3 on that link right there. So I am ready to take questions if anyone has any.